I heard this story told by the speaker, T.D. Jakes, about a little boy out in the Midwest who wanted to see an eagle fly. So he gets a pair of binoculars and he goes out to a large open field and he's watching and he's watching. And finally he spots an eagle. And the eagle is flying higher and higher and higher. Then all of a sudden, the eagle stops in midair. And it begins to fall and flap and fall and flap and fall and flap. Finally, it disappears out of sight. And the little boy says to himself, what happened to the eagle? Did someone shoot the eagle? I didn't hear a gun. And the little boy walks for about a mile in order to find where the eagle had landed. And finally, he found the eagle. The eagle is laid down, nose in the dirt. The eagle is dead. And the little boy says to himself, what killed the eagle? The little boy turns the eagle over, and there, affixed to the eagle's chest, is a weasel, a little animal. And the weasel has bitten into the heart of the eagle. And the little boy says to himself, now I see what happened to the eagle. The eagle had picked up a weasel and did not let it go. And that's very symbolic of our lives, because every single day of our lives, we all pick up weasels. And weasels come in many different forms. There are weasels in the form of negative thoughts, weasels in the form of bad habits, weasels in the form of unhealthy addictions, weasels in the form of fears and worries and stress and frustration and anger and insecurities. We all pick up weasels. And if we don't drop the weasels, then the weasels will drop us. Holler if you hear me. Drop the weasels. Let go of the weasels. Let go of things that are trying to eat at you. Let go of things that are trying to separate you from your source of peace and joy. Let go of things that are trying to prevent you from living life at the best level. Let them go, because either you drop them or they will drop you. Holler if you hear me. Thank you. Excellent, excellent. Now, I'm really excited about being here today, because in this presentation, I just want to share with you some tips that we all can use to drop the weasels and fly like an eagle. And as you listen to this presentation, whenever you hear a quote that you like, please write it down on a piece of paper. Everybody has something to write with. Everybody has a little booklet, right? Please write it down, okay? So that by the end of this presentation, each person has a list of quotes, all right? Now, I want to share with you something very personal. Something very personal. And I used to be very embarrassed about this, but no longer am I embarrassed about it. And so I'm going to share it with you. You see, although I am a professional, right? I graduated from college with a degree in accounting and worked as an auditor for the federal government for over 6 years. And during that time, I became a CPA, a certified public accountant. Although I am a professional, I'm still in the process of overcoming reading challenges. I had severe reading problems when I was growing up, and although things have improved, I'm still in the process of overcoming those reading challenges. And I'm not embarrassed to admit it, because I realize that in order to overcome a problem, we must embrace the struggle. Holler if you hear me. So I embrace my struggles. I embrace my struggles, and I realize that it's okay if some people look down on me. It's okay if some people think that I'm a little slow. It's okay, because I realize now that other people's opinions of me do not have to become my reality. I realize that my value as a human being always stays the same. Regardless of what other people think about me or say about me, I realize that my value always stays the same. To really make this point clear, let me share with you this illustration. How much is this worth? $1. But what if I take this dollar bill and crumble it up and throw it on the floor and stomp on it? How much is it worth now? It's still worth $1. Regardless of how I just treated this dollar bill, its value stayed the same. I crumbled it up. I threw it on the floor. I stomped on it. I put dirt on it. But yet its value stayed the same. And the same thing goes with you, me, and all of the human beings. Regardless of what other people think about us or say about us, regardless of how other people treat us, our value stays the same, because our value is something that the world did not give to us. And so therefore, it's something that the world cannot take away. Holler if you hear me. It's amazing. It's amazing how just by changing our perspective, everything changes. For a long period of time, I was very insecure. And the reason why I was very insecure is because I had a negative perspective regarding my value. I used to think that other people's opinions of me determined my value. And with that negative perspective, as people looked down on me, I started to look down on myself. As people didn't like me, I started not to like myself. As people rejected me, I started to reject myself. But everything started to change when I changed my perspective. When I began to realize that my value never changes. It's amazing how even a slight shift in the way that we're looking at something changes everything. To really make this point clear, let's do this group activity. This will blow your mind. Take your right index finger, point it straight up towards the ceiling. It has to be above your head. Now, look up at the ceiling and imagine that on the ceiling there's a clock face. Now, rotate your finger in a clockwise motion. Go clockwise motion. Now, continue that same motion, but now bring your arm down, all the way down, all the way down, all the way down, so it's below your chin. So you're looking down at your finger. And realize something. You're no longer going clockwise. You're now going counterclockwise. Isn't that cool? Let's try that again. Clockwise motion. Bring your arm all the way down, and realize now you're going counterclockwise. So somebody tell me, our finger did not change, and the motion of our finger did not change. What was the only thing that changed? Our perspective. Whenever we change our perspective, everything changes. So here's the message. Here's the lesson. Whenever you're feeling depressed about anything, always ask yourself, what else can this mean? What else can this mean? I guarantee you that will help you to manage your emotions. Whenever you're feeling depressed about anything, always ask yourself, what else can this mean? Is this the end or is this the beginning? It's all a matter of perspective. Am I being punished or am I being rewarded? It's all a matter of perspective. Is this a problem or is this a personal development exercise that is designed to prepare me to achieve my purpose and my destiny in life? It's all a matter of perspective. Holler if you hear me. Yes, problems are just personal development exercises that are designed to prepare us to achieve our purpose and our destiny in life. You know, as I think back over my childhood, I realize that I'm grateful for my bullies, because my bullies strengthened me and prepared me to achieve my purpose and my destiny in life.